You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
It's so weird.
It's something on StreamYard side because it's also on YouTube.
It keeps muting me. Well, anyway, welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster. I'm touching base with you every day, except for those days like Saturday and Sunday if I don't want to. So here we are. We have Gwendolyn here. We have Chris here. And we're going to be talking about technology today. Today we're talking about ChatGPT and its new model that they want to pay. Actually, we should call it the payment model. Is that what it was?
They always had a payment model.
Yeah,
but they want
to change the structure of it and make it more like a utility.
A utility.
Yes,
the utility model we should call it. But anyway, so good morning to everyone. It's so good to see you. It's live at 5 if you're in my time zone. And if you're in the East Coast of America, it is 11 a.m. in the morning, and that's our regular time if you are in America. And so there we are. There we have it. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is our TrendWatch Thursday. Let me get that banner on the wall. And so here we are. Well, let's say good morning. Let's say good morning to some folks, and I see them in the building. Well, first of all, let me say good morning. First of all, new member of the Touch Base Daily family, Hannah Boyd Miller. Where's my sound effects? I haven't used my sound effects in a long time. Let me get my sound effects out here. I need my sound effects for this moment. Here we go. Where are we? It is.
I got you.
You got it, buddy?
I got you. I was looking for the right one.
The applause intense. Applause intense.
There we go.
Hannah. So for those that don't know, if you can see in your YouTube channel, Hannah, her name is in green and it has a little logo next to it. That means she is a member. So also members will get priority in the chat. So just so you know, because now we know you've been vetted. Not everybody's in the membership.
Oh my God.
So that means you've been vetted because you're paying to be here and you're paying to support what we do here. So anyway, that gives you priority in the chat when you become a member. Okay, so that's one plus. There's a bunch of other pluses, but we'll work on all those other pluses. And but I'm so excited. So we have 2 members. Tanya is also a member. And so if you guys see, I think it's on the, Hannah, help me out. I think it's on the right-hand side near the $. I think it is. That's where you'll find the membership, or is above. Is above the chat. I can't remember where it is.
Well, if you're on YouTube, there is a button that just says join.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Gwendolyn. The tech guru is in the building. That's why she's here. But she's going to be bringing insight on some techie stuff today. So the tech guru, she's been my tech guru for 25 years.
That's a long time.
Almost 25 years, 21 years to, is it 20? Well, almost, 20 years. 20 years.
Yeah, but 21, yeah.
Yeah, 21 years. She's been my tech guru.
That's a rounding error.
Yeah, it was a rounding error. Yeah. And she has guided me through all my difficult times in technology. And so Hannah not only gets the gold this morning, but she also is a member. Okay. Now moving right along. So Chris R is in the building with the silver. She says, good morning. And we have Gwendolyn saying good morning. She's in, I don't want to say, we're not going to give her that bronze, but she's kind of like got the bronze, but we know she's on the panel. So we'll give that bronze to our wonderful Omar Ramos photography. He says, hey, so if you want to support, become a member. And we'll have also some membership nights. We'll figure that out. Okay. Hannah says again, good day, Gwendolyn and Chris. We have the wonderful Bryson in the building. Says, what's up, Ron? What's up, Chris? What's up, Gwendolyn? What's up, everybody? Happy pre-Friday Eve. One more day before the weekend. Anyone decide on what they're going to be doing this weekend? And if you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes. And you know what? I am, let me just go through this. I see some hellos again. some more hellos from Hannah to Omar, and Hannah says, thank you. And Elise is in the building. She says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. And we have Line TP. Oh, like, how should I say this?
I think it's Lynette.
Oh, Lynette. Thank you. Lynette Plasnicia. Am I saying that right? Lynette. Okay. Okay, there we go. 8483. Hello, she says. She says hi. And she says, hi, guys. Okay, there we are. And what's up, Elise? Top of the morning from from Bryson. And here's Chris. Chris says, if I could stay away from bingo and the casino, I could be a member. It's on my list of things to do. Because Chris R is all about her bingo. The BINGO, and bingo was his name-o. What's going on? He's in the building. Whoa,
good morning.
It's interesting.
Love the shades.
Are gurus. I'm a semi geek for technology, but you three are the gurus. You guys know technology. You know all the equipment. Yeah. So I'm in good company. I'm sitting back on today's conversation.
Oh no, you don't.
Technology. I won't throw my 2 cents in, as you know I would normally do.
Yes.
Yes.
And
you mean 5 cents? They don't make pennies anymore.
No more pennies.
Is there anything they do?
No. They do. The pennies are still around, but and getting rid of them, they won't be around for long. But I love how she put Lynette puts the all those little emojis there. And then we have Lisa in the building. She says, morning, everyone. And then again, Hannah says, thank you, Gwendolyn. When I joined with my non-technical self, my angels helped me. She and I were trying to figure out yesterday. She was like, Ron, I need to support. I'm going to support. I'm going to be a member. I was telling about Tanya. And I was like, I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is on the screen. And so anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of the community. And also, good morning, Bryson. I see Mr. From 67 King Pro says, what's up? I do believe that's what it is, WSP. And Kelly A says, good morning, everyone. And Kazal, what's that? Am I saying it right? Kazalil, 84, Black. Okay. And good morning, Tachi, says Hannah. And also we have the wonderful Bryson saying, and for those who keep asking about BET, as of June 1st, BET Plus will be no longer. The streaming app is heading over to Paramount Plus. Okay, there we go. There we have it. And Lisa says, I know it's Tech Thursday, but really quick, I heard BB is out of here. True? What? BB Netanyahu? No.
I don't think so.
I didn't hear anything about that.
That was the rumor initially, because people hadn't seen him for a while, and then they released this very strange video of him with some other people, like kind of relaxing and but it was AI. It looked like it was AI.
So well, they also said that he was dead, and then they had a congressman actually walk out with him saying, "Oh, it was reported that you were dead, but we can see you're here."
Which is a little strange. I'm like, okay. And then they, people on the internet take things and run. Some people are like, it's a skin mask. It's AI. So I'm like, okay. That's the least of our worries right now.
Yes. And, so here we are. So guys, first of all, how are you guys doing? It is Thursday. It is that Friday Eve. So how are you guys doing? How are you holding up? What are you doing in your world?
Am I starting again?
Yeah.
Dr. Tachi, since she hasn't been on the panel in a while, so we just give her.
Let's go there.
With the lead today.
Yeah.
Okay. What am I doing?
How are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm good. I'm just trying to be. How about that? I just want to be. So yeah, but everything is going well. We are I'm like recovering, so we
Yes.
should be ready to come back to the normally scheduled program with 2 M's and an E at the end soon.
Yes, that and I've been trying to send you stuff, but unfortunately, my little device is a little slow, and it takes a long time to generate the download. So
Oh no.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'll be in Cape Town next week, so I'll be able to do it faster.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm in Cape Town next week. I will bring to you Cape Town. So
Yes.
traveling around the globe. Oh, so Gwendolyn, how are you doing? How are you doing today?
I am doing fairly well. I have ruined my Q1 budget. I have some new shoes coming and some new fits. I'm so excited. So
The whole quarter, Gwendolyn?
Hmm?
The whole quarter?
Girl,
Oh.
the whole first and second quarter. I'm about to go on hiatus because the sister got into some trouble. Okay, just in
What
case.
did you do? Buy golden slippers?
So wait, no. See,
Okay.
she purged. Now she needs to refill the spaces that she purged.
Yes.
And now I need to go back and purge again. So there is this young lady. I want to say she's from Sierra Leone. I think it's like Sanseco, something like that. But she does caftans, and she had this ad running, and a sister got caught up. I'm not gonna lie, because those cookies that they kept showing me this ad over and over again. And she has a showroom in Dallas.
Ooh.
Damn. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna be cute, though. I'm gonna be cute. So yes.
And it's for a good cause. It's going to a Sierra Leonean, so that's good.
So there. Yeah. So,
Justification.
And she says she's going to be cute, y'all. She's going to be cute.
Look.
That's all that matters.
So now, does that mean you're
you're
sticking with your rule of thumb? When you buy something, now you have to give something away?
I do like 2 to 3 things. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm ready. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gwendolyn, isn't that great? When she buys something, she gives something away. That way you don't have all that, accumulation of stuff. That's how we do it. Chris, how are you doing, bro?
I'm good. It's a Thursday, pre-Friday, ready for the weekend. A very relaxed weekend, hopefully. Nothing big planned. I'm looking forward to 2 weeks from today. We're going to Chicago for a few days to get away.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
It's our favorite spot.
Well,
Chicago was so dope. So I understand.
We love it. Love it.
I've never been to Chicago.
Really?
Blasphemy.
All my friends are shocked when I say it. They go, "What? You never been to Chicago? You never been to Chicago?" And
you'll
never
go
been to San Francisco.
And we're supposed to be going there, I think, later this summer. San Francisco is beautiful.
Yes, gorgeous.
So I will be going. As in, for me today, I'm feeling good. Got up this morning, did my little stretches, and then I had my session with my massage therapist. And she is so good. She's my acupuncture person in New York and my sports massage therapist, both of them in one. She really did she worked miracles today.
She lives in Namibia?
Yeah, she's literally down the block.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So I get out the shower. You gotta have to make sure you shower and everything before you get to the massage therapy. And then I get my clothes on, throw my sweats on, and head on down the block, 2 blocks down.
Nice.
And it is wonderful. She's so smart. And then what she's doing, she educates you along the way to let you know what she's doing and how it's going to affect different parts of your body and the muscles and the nervous system and all that stuff. She's
got a good one. You got a good one there.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's amazing. And I am so thankful for her. And see here. I see Lisa says, Ron says Chicago like I've never heard before. Chicago. Chicago. Hannah says Chicago is my second home. My son, daughter, in-law, and grandson live in Chicago. Nice.
Yeah, great city.
I
Good
heard it's
food.
beautiful.
Yes,
And I love
and
food.
awesome house music. It is the birthplace of house. So if you like house, Chicago is the place to be.
So
Love Chicago.
So Gwendolyn, you want to lead the way, my dear work wife, on today's conversation on what is going on with ChatGPT, or with the OpenAI.
OpenAI.
What is
Okay,
happening here?
so OpenAI has always had paid tiers like that. That's always existed. So I know a lot of people use the free version when they're just giving a lot of information away, which, okay, so be it. But there's always been a paid version. As a matter of fact, I read an article a few weeks ago about a gentleman who committed suicide last year, and he was paying $200 a month for his ChatGPT. So they've always had paid versions. What they're doing, though, is Sam Altman, they're getting ready for an IPO, right? And so they are now trying to figure out how do you change these users into these high paying consumer users. And then you want to create something for your enterprise and your corporation clients, because the whole idea is to go from a flat fee for using ChatGPT to making it metered like electricity, because AI is going to be like a utility, people. Now, I don't know what utilities he paying for. But I don't need it like that. Now, I don't use ChatGPT, but I don't need any AI feature like that. That is the no. But it's all about the IPO. There's always money in there, right? It's always about the money.
Always the money.
Yeah.
Dr. Tachi?
Aren't people sick of greed yet? Hasn't greed reached its limit? Greed is so 1865. I don't know what this is about. There's enough in this day and age for everyone. So I'm looking now at their business model, and I'm like, okay, you've got the flat fee. The way you have that is the best way to draw in new users. So people are already skeptical of using AI. They're already tired of things that are created with AI. The best way is not to change your business model into something that's now what you call a utility, because to me, that's a nice to have, not necessary, because there are others. It doesn't have to be chat. There are others, right? So I don't think that's a smart business model. And to meter it, it's almost going back to the days. Remember the early days of the internet with AOL and those types of things? That was basically metered internet, if you think about it, the way it was set up.
Yes.
And we've come away from that into the flat fee world, where you have these different tiers. And that has worked exceptionally well, because what happens is, as people decide, well, this tier is no longer serving its purposes, I'm going to move up, and I'm going to find a way to move up. But if you're charging me now, there's a fee, and then on top of that, there's all these, each time I use it, it's not worth it to me. And mark my words, the other providers are going to take notice of that, and there's going to be, and here's the thing, we know ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, there are some, but there are other
Copilot,
ones.
my Copilot.
Copilot, exactly. Copilot. But there are other ones as well. There are two, in fact, that I know, and I have to remember the name of them, that are founded by Black people. So there are people out there working in this space, and it doesn't require you necessarily. It's just because this is what is available to us, readily available, that we see all the time, that we are marketed to, and so we think this is all we have. But there are other choices. So mess around if you want to and charge us per kilowatt hour. You'll see very quickly.
But also, weren't they worried? Well, I would think they would be worried, for instance, there's that the Chinese company that does everything for free, as in AI. I mean, aren't they still around?
Well, nothing's actually free. Like nothing's
exactly
free.
Yeah.
You're giving away something to get.
You have to give up something.
It's not free, right? But what we've seen now is, so it's the devil you know or the devil you don't know, actually. So TikTok was sold by the devil we don't know, and now the devil we know has purchased it.
And they're even worse.
And they're far worse. I will
Because
say
we know their intentions.
there is a current campaign to walk away from ChatGPT specifically, and I want to say the last thing I read, it was like 2.5 million people have already like stopped using it. Trust matters.
I mean,
say again?
I don't want to interrupt your thought, but isn't it also because of their connection to the Trump people because of OpenAI? Is that OpenAI or is it OpenCAI or what?
There's a lot. There's a lot that's in there. There's a number of reasons. Trust is one of them, though. Trust is the biggest one, right? So we're in a time period where people are looking for a lot of transparency when it comes to business and who they're dealing with and who has their access to like all of their intimate details, privacy. So there's always somebody who is a case study. When we talk about people who got rid of jobs because AI is going to do it all, IBM is that case study. They got rid of all these people and then had to hire twice as many back because they realized, oh, it's just a tool. I'm sorry, it can't do all this. It cannot. It is a tool. Microsoft would be the case point for OpenAI to say, maybe we shouldn't do all of this because Microsoft went all in. And I like CP. I can't say it because he'll turn himself on, but I like CP. However, they want to do laptops with it. They want to put it everywhere. And people said, we don't want it everywhere. And they have scaled back. They have shelved some ideas because feedback was, this is not good. Consumers were like, we're not going to do it. So at some point you have to realize what you're offering is a nice to have. We don't need it. We don't need it because we feed the machine. Like, hello, duh. But, sometimes you start feeling yourself and you just look.
Well, this is what's in the article. Ali says, the head of OpenAI said that people should pay for intelligence. Gwendolyn gave us a homework, right? And in the recording part, that's what he says. It says that they should be paying for intelligence. And
so can I just jump in on that? When you start to pay for intelligence, you've already now locked people out the market because the people that can afford it will pay whatever. And you have people that don't have access and can't afford to get it. Now you've already taken them out the mix, and they're not coming along technologically with everyone. It's just like people that live in rural areas, they're just now getting on the bandwagon and getting internet in their locales and seeing what everyone else has been able to get freely or afford for decades. Doing that, creating this system where you make intelligence a utility becomes another barrier for entry for many Americans and people around the world. But
is it really intelligence? I mean, think about it.
No,
it's a computer.
I mean, and we feed it.
So whatever you put in, it spits out. So if you put in some dumb shit, it's going to spit out dumb shit, right? But there are so many things that we know have not been transcribed. All of those things written in cursive that the National Archives are looking for people who can read cursive to help transcribe. Everything's still in here. It won't have that. So it's like, whose intelligence are we actually paying for? Because if you got some dumb stuff, you're not getting anything amazing.
I think that's important what you just said about these AI models can't read cursive. Cursive is not a part of the curriculum anymore. It is the dumbing down of human society. How is it that you have this intelligent model that can't read handwriting, like traditional handwriting, cursive? You know what I mean?
It's a tool. You have,
but are we really paying for intelligence that they created? Because isn't AI collecting the intelligence of all the people around the world?
Precisely right. It scrapes. So, somehow people have gotten the misconception that AI creates these things out of the air with stars and sparkles. It does not, dear friends, mon frères. What it does is, mes amis, What it does is it scrapes the internet and other sources for that
Yes.
information. So
Yeah.
we are paying for intelligence, but somebody else's intelligence. So
It's
does it
not
remix
theirs.
it a bit? Yes, it does. But the point remains that it came from someplace else. So
Yes.
for you to sit there on your high horse, Friedman, or whoever you are, you have no right to say we should pay for intelligence when you are stealing the intelligence. Who said that? I did.
Mm.
Mhm.
Say it. Jazzy
If you
says
don't,
it's a
I mean,
tool. The key is to master the tool, so you are the subject matter expert.
here's
And
my
go ahead.
thought.
Yes, go ahead.
The same way that if you're a photographer, you can now write code that allows you to not allow people to download your photos, right? People can try. Now they can do a screenshot. Screenshots, it is what it is, right? But
Yes.
you just can't go on there and download my images without having access. There's going to be code written, and in my opinion, very soon, that doesn't allow websites to be scraped by AI. It's a natural counteraction because we get where
Evolution,
they're getting
right?
it from, right? It's coming from, as Dr. Tati says, it's coming from us. But if you stop getting access to information, if people stop feeding it its images, their own images, what
Yes.
happens? You get this closed loop. So now it becomes, is it of quality?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, those are, I mean, when you think about when I was listening to and I'm reading the article that you sent us, I said, wait a minute, but aren't we all, isn't it like the internet? We're all collectively involved in this process, in this technology, without people information being scraped up or gorged out like a riverbed. I mean, you wouldn't have any of that information to use.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying I disagree with paying something for it, because I think also as a culture, we have been too conditioned to expecting free and cheap. So people
Yeah.
work for that. They do have to pay for the servers. There are things to pay for. But my objection and opposition is at the greed in terms of now turning this into a business model rather than something that can be of use to humanity. That's where my problem is.
Mhm.
I agree.
But yeah.
Chris.
No, I mean, it's as old as time. You know, you have inventions that are supposed to uplift and support people, and then of course you have those that say, all right, well, I can make money off of this. How can I make even more money off of this? And they just screw everyone else in the mix. And I mean, we're the ones that get screwed. We feed this thing all of our information, and then they turn around and say, well, you know what? Now I'm going to charge you to get that information back. We give it away for free and then pay for it to get it back. What sense does that make?
But are there any other platforms that are considering this, or is this the first one out the box?
This is the first one, and this will set the precedent. So you only need one to start.
I agree with Chris. Somebody needs to take that leap and see what happens. I go back to it. There's always going to be somebody who's going to be the case study. I don't believe it's going to work in their favor. And I say that only because of what's happening with Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Now, I pay for my Microsoft tools. I like CP. I like it. It doesn't, I'm good. I don't pay for Claude. I don't pay for Perplexity, but they just went through some different stuff over there. So I'm kind of feeling funny about them. So people in their business models, they don't get it. Transparency and trust is going to be, I shouldn't say going to be, it is huge. We didn't realize how much we valued it. They're going to learn. These companies are going to learn. So let them try. But, it's not like all these other AI tools are not free. Like, I mean, there's always a paid model to get more for it. If you decide to go down that rabbit hole, I believe you're going to get burned. And I know they have an IPO or they're prepping for their IPO. I don't think it's going to work in their favor. It's not a good move. And if you don't realize that what you have is not something I need to eat, breathe, and operate, because I have a library card and I still know the Dewey goddamn Decimal System. So I'm good. I don't mind. going back, getting out the microfiche and figuring out some stuff. Like we are perfectly fine, right? But
even you say the car, think about that also. For those, I know, like in New York City, the library in New York City does allow you to go in and use the computers and use all that information. So you don't have to pay for a lot of the stuff that you pay for in your private. You don't have to pay for it. You just go to the New York City Public Library or maybe your own local library.
Look.
Won't people? But then I'm saying,
so
is this the right time when you see prices going up? You see oil is up. People barely can afford to eat. I mean, have you seen some of the news clippings of the people that are managing how they don't have enough food to eat?
Well,
they have to juggle between medicine, food, and paying for the place they're living. But now you want more things to pay for.
Mon ami.
So I'm gonna jump on that one. And I'm gonna it'll listen to like our next side conversation. But when the pendulum swings too far this way, again, it doesn't work in your favor. Remember when streaming and cutting the cord was a thing? It was like, I'm cutting the cord because cable's too much.
Great
Cable's
transition.
too expensive. And then everybody and their mama, grandmama too, went out and got an app. It was Disney Plus, Discover Plus, CNN Plus, HGTV Plus. Everybody had a plus. And I'm thinking, we don't all need a goddamn plus. Like, what is it? Like, are you serious? And everything became subscription. I'm over it. I said it last year, year before that. I am over subscriptions. Absolutely over it.
You bring up an amazing point. That's exactly the way this worked. But now when we look at who's the streamer that's still on top that really started all this? Netflix. And they're really not having a problem with retention of people and churn. They don't have a problem. But Paramount Plus has that problem. All the different streamers. And now, again, as Bryson said, BET Plus is being absorbed. But here's the thing. What we have to do is look at, and this is another side conversation, why are they doing these types of things? Often when you see acquisitions, yes, it's to acquire a library. Yes, it's to extend the reach to more customers, but it also could be to kill it. So often people will buy things, acquire things so that they can kill it so they don't have competition with their other things.
Absolutely. Can I point out something?
Well, we knew that happened. What? Instagram. Remember when Facebook acquired Instagram because Instagram was overtaking Facebook, and so you can't beat them. What do? You buy them.
You buy them, or you buy them to kill them.
I read an article yesterday, and this has to do with the whole Warner Brothers putting themselves up for sale and Paramount basically buying them. Why is Warner Brothers really putting themselves up for sale? They said they were having cash problems. They weren't doing well, right? Warner Brothers this past weekend at the Oscars won 11 Oscars as a company. They are raking in money. Why sell yourself? Why do this if you're doing well? Ask the question.
Yeah.
It has to do with greed. And then two, it has to do with this whole political system that we're in right now. And the consolidation of power. That's all this is. There are so many antitrust, anti-monopoly issues that are just like screaming that this should never go through. You've got one company now or one family that owns everything. Everything.
Well, look who else is in the building. Our wonderful.
We got the full panel today.
Look, and we could keep adding on people that want to be a part of the conversation, but that come with something to the conversation. That have information, but definitely, yeah. I mean, Elise, what do you think about this?
Well, good morning, everyone. First,
good morning.
Part of like going to the original conversation, I think the biggest part that we miss out when we talk about the AI technologies and all this and about buying intelligence is that people have become lazy. We go for the easy thing. So they basically have people in a tizzy because we're too lazy to go to libraries. We're too lazy to do the research. And that's our biggest problem is we started being lazy. And so we're tethered to that. Well, I need to go to, people go to all of these chats and figure out, respond to a message from a friend on a text. That's absolutely absurd to me. You don't have your own thoughts. And then we have to be, who controls the information? Yes, we put stuff in, but who controls how it comes back to us? Yeah. Because you hear some ridiculous stuff when people have ChatGPT to respond to a particular topic. Who did that? Who created that information? So they, he who controls the information has the power, because they control the way you think. They control how people behave. And we see it all the time, because look at these fake AI generated things that are on there that's impacting. Oh my God, that happened. Is the crazy person over there in Israel, is he gone? Is it AI? We don't know. So you can sit here, we think about it. They are controlling people, because we spend a lot of time not really doing our own research and doing those things. So AI has that control. And so now, and going back to what Chris just said, you're going to have one family, one group that's going to own all of this communication.
Yeah.
And they're turning into that. It's all about control. Why did Warner decide to sell themselves? I have no idea. Yeah. But why? The more important question is, why did Netflix back out?
Did they back out, or were they forced out?
I think they were forced out, because the amount of money that Ellison's put up, just like no one in their right mind is going to turn that money down. The deal was done with Netflix. But of course, this administration was against it, and they said, put all the money you can behind it and buy it. And here's the thing. This whole thing really is about, it's not about a money grab. This is about controlling the news and controlling CNN. Everything else is a minor detail. This is about getting CNN, because CNN is a worldwide platform. They want to control the narrative worldwide. That's all this is about.
And may I add?
And it's interesting.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, it's the center, a person in the center of a lot of things that are happening now is Jared Kushner.
Yes.
When it came to that purchase, he was in, his name came up. So he's in the center of a lot of what's happening now. So I just wanted to make sure we all remember that he's in the center of all this stuff.
And if I may interject here, because the also Netflix reason for pulling out is that I did read that they did not want to go into the litigation of trying to hold on to it with a biased judicial system in America. So that is going to be, they didn't want to have to spend all that money just to find out they still couldn't get it because of the stack against them in making sure that justice was truly going to be served.
They were forced out. However, it piles up, however you stack it, they were forced out, whether it was because they didn't want to fight and they were going to make it impossible for them to get it, or they point blank told them, you're not going to get this. And this is why, so to the point really quickly with what Chris said, if we're looking, it's about controlling the narrative, and part of controlling the narrative is controlling news media. If we look at what happened, Voice of America, if you remember, they dismantled they got rid of 1,000 some odd people, and now they're trying to scramble to get them back, but they got rid of 1,000 some odd people. And what they had deals with Reuters and AP. They canceled those deals, and they took a deal with One America News, which we know is an extremely conservative, right-wing news station. And so they were going to have that deal. So again, we're even looking at it from the quote nonprofit side of news, which Voice of America was. And Voice of America, for those people who don't know, was founded so that people can get the true news about different things in places where they weren't getting them. So Voice of America was there to be that voice of reason and facts for people who couldn't get them. Well, now you don't have that, because now you've gone with a news company that has an obvious bias and an obvious slant.
Yeah. Can I say something in addition to that? Like, if you want to see what they want to do with CNN, just clearly look over at CBS. CBS was the pinnacle of what news reporting was supposed to be. Walter
Cronkite
and
yes.
all of them, right? And now you have a disaster of a news agency that's now CBS. And then the other thing too, to really look at what the Ellisons are going to do is basically dumb down all these other movie studios. Like, you're not going to get projects greenlit like that deal with women's issues, with LGBT issues. None of that stuff. They're going to try to suppress all of those type of films, and you're not going to see any type of diversity in movies and in TV anymore. Let's just even look at the landscape of TV. A lot of shows, HGTV got rid of all of their diversity, quote unquote diversity hires. All the shows that had people of color are all gone. CBS canceled shows that had people of color in it. Like, it's
most of their anchors, most of their news people.
A lot of the news anchors. But I'm talking about like dramas and sitcoms. All that stuff is going away. So, all the progress that has been made over the decades as far as getting representation on TV, that's all slowly going away. The fact that BET Plus got canceled, is no longer there, and being absorbed into Paramount Plus, you won't see any of that program anymore. It's just easy to go cancel it. A lot of syndicated shows now are going away. Access Hollywood, ET, all those shows that are syndicated throughout the U.S., they're all going away now.
This is not a problem, though. I think we need to look at it from the standpoint of it's a problem, but it's not really a problem, because out of issues arises opportunity.
Yes.
Right.
No, nobody gives a damn about CBS. I'm just going to be honest. Unless you're 300 years old and you watch The Price is Right every day, nobody gives a damn. The people that they really need to be looking at are millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and of course, Gen Beta is coming up. These are the people that are going to be the bread and butter of the avocado toast, okay, of the new age of media. It's not antiquated Methuselah CBS. Nobody cares about them. And so the thing is, we keep giving them more importance than they actually have. If we look at year over year, their audience has gone down, whether it's in the movies or whether it's on television, year over year. If we look at these stupid award shows, and I don't mean to call them stupid, but I do. How many people watch? If we look at how many people watch these award shows in the 90s versus now, or even years ago versus now, it's significantly less. They think that they're more important than they actually are. But the studies show and the actual data shows you're not as important anymore, because a good 60% don't care about you anymore. You are irrelevant. So I don't think it's a bad thing, because we've got indie on the rise. This is what needs to happen, though. We need to stop thinking in this that we need to make as much money as we do. And I'm not trying to undercut anybody or say you're not worth whatever, but part of the problem is that everything is so expensive and sometimes unnecessarily so. So I think we need to get used to the fact that in this new era of media, there's not going to be as much made. There can still be significant amount made, but you won't make as much made from the platform itself. It's going to have to be multiple streams of incomes of things happening. So we need to rethink that.
Yeah, it's YouTube. Let's just call it. It's YouTube.
It's definitely YouTube, but it's also it's a change in consumer behavior. So we've already talked about, as Dr. Tachi mentioned, Gen Z, Alpha, Beta, all of them, they have a different way of living. And Jazzy mentioned it on how they are raised. They were raised in a tech-heavy world, and they're over it. I said it before. They are moving to dumb phones, i.e. Blackberries. They don't want to be attached to technology and social media every single day. They are going back to the mall. They're
transition. Great transition.
They're going back to the mall. They're buying DVDs. They're like me. I want to own whatever I purchase. I don't want to rent everything for my entire life. That model is dying. It is dying. The subscription model, the boxes, the chef kits, it is over the moon, and it's just exhausting. I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to rent everything until the day you die. Who thought that was a good idea? Who thought that? And because they have not recognized that these kids don't watch TV, that older people are also going away from TV, they are putting all of their eggs in the wrong basket. That bitch got a hole in it. It's not going to work out in their favor. But so if you don't adjust to how consumers are living, you're gonna miss out. Plain and simple. I mean, I don't know how else you even talk about that. Now, this whole thing with the malls, it's got its own thing to it. But these kids are over being what's the word? It's all the sensory stuff. It's the dings, the clicks, the lights, the cameras. They're over it, and I'm here for it. I'm like, disconnect, get off of it.
Can I say something to that? It's so funny you sent us that article about the mall. I think it was last night or this morning. Ronald and I went to the mall over the weekend because he was looking for some sneakers, and we're like, "What's going on here? Is there like some type of spring sale or something that we don't know about?" Like the mall was packed. It was like Christmas season.
Yeah,
I've never seen a mall that full on a March. I mean, it's not like it was granted, St. Patrick's Day was Tuesday, but like people don't go to the mall for that. Like literally, the stores were packed, and there were majority of them were young kids in the mall hanging out, just walking around, not even having bags, like just hanging out. And like, this reminds me of when I was like a young kid. Yeah,
it's nostalgia. They are looking for in the real world. I hate that whole phrase. It's like, isn't life already real? But they're looking for person-to-person connection, genuine human connection where they don't have to be on their phone. Are there places where they are particularly looking for photogenic malls? Yes, that still exists. But they also want to be present with other people.
I love
Sometimes this pendulum swings so far that we forget that we're human first. They want to buy things today. They want to talk to people. They want to touch stuff. They don't want to rent everything. They want to go hunting for vinyl music. They want to look for a movie and not worry about paying for it and then losing it. It's going back.
How many people are into that? I mean, that seems to be. I mean, that
vinyl
article.
I love vinyl.
This house. We had 2 record players in this house.
But here we go. This is Gwendolyn sent this to us, and she's came out just recently last month. DVDs are the new vinyl records. Why Gen Z is embracing physical media, says the LA Times. And it goes on. Before the lights dimmed for the film, the lady from Shanghai at Vidots, Gannon and Jason Fine were busy pursuing the aisles of endless DVDs. For these young cinephiles, the Eagle Rock Hub isn't just a theater, it's a gateway to film history. So
all of that's coming back. They have a company in Virginia last year open up to do vinyls because vinyls have come back into demand so much. And a lot of the new artists are putting their work on vinyls again.
Yes.
They're not just saying music, go to Spotify, they're saying, hey, I got 300 vinyls for sale. Look, I missed one I wanted, but hopefully they bring it back. But I go to vinyl stores myself now to find more vinyls. I have my record player because I always love vinyls. I never stopped going to the mall. And when it said Gen Z, I was like, wow, what's my generation? Because I definitely am doing whatever.
We're baby boomers, dog. We're baby boomers.
Can we
there's a
also
whole
talk about how
company in Virginia?
Think about it. The U.S. government uses vinyl to record history, and the reason why that is, in case of the apocalypse that comes and technology dies, you can still use a needle and a comb to produce sound. And what would you use for that? Vinyl. That's something that will sustain.
In my neighborhood, there was 3. 2 one in Clinton Hill, 1 in Prospect Heights, and then there's 1 in Williamsburg. All vinyl record stores, and they had the biggest movement. I mean, people would go there in the evening. They had, the one in Prospect Heights is vinyl and beer, something like that. And they have big gatherings during the week and vinyl records being played and DJs, and so this definitely something to this.
It's the sound.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Dr. Sachi.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's. I mean, people are longing for the nostalgia of it, the sound of vinyl, because there's something about just hearing vinyl and that crackling noise, and there's something very just like soothing with it. And then
Crackling,
also
yes.
people love vinyl. I mean, we have, like I said, we have 2 record players in this house, and every once in a while at nighttime we'll get a glass of wine, we'll turn the lights down and pop something on the record player, and just like you can just zone out. There's something very special about vinyl.
And you're seeing them
Absolutely.
also in the movies. I saw in the movie by Spike Lee, where they lived in a home right off the Brooklyn Bridge.
Mhm.
In the living room are thousands of vinyl records,
Mm-hmm.
where the character for Denzel Washington lived. So it's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really making a comeback. You're actually seeing it in movies. You're seeing it in the sets of movies, homes. So
You're
yeah.
experiencing history when you use vinyl or you play a vinyl record. I remember my mother, so first of all, the only movie she ever took us to see was The Sound of Music. That was it. So she never took us to see anything else. So but she had The Sound of Music record. So we had a lot of Broadway musical and musical records. So for her, it was nostalgic because she lived in England before she came to this country. And on the radio, she said, like in the 60s, they were saying what's that, the stupid king of England? King
King
whoever.
Charles right now.
Charles. But he was little, and they would always announce, well, Prince Charles got such and such record, got the Sound of Music record for Christmas. So they would always, so it was nostalgic for her, so she went and bought it. So you're experiencing history and storytelling.
I know in UK, vinyl is very big in the UK and in Ireland.
Yes,
very big in those 2 countries, and I would say probably in some parts of Africa too.
What
I think it helps you detach. I think it helps you to detach from technology too.
That's
you
where
have
I was
a
going
record
to go.
player. You know,
That's
we
where I was
don't.
gonna go.
Sometimes you don't want to listen to it through a phone or just in a speaker. You just want to touch that vinyl. I bought the Sinners soundtrack. I love movie soundtracks.
On vinyl?
And
That's a good one.
That's a good soundtrack.
It has 2 discs. I've listened to all 4 sides. But you know, you just want to disconnect sometimes. You don't want the TV, you don't want the phone in your hand. You just want to just put that record player on and sit and do whatever you're doing. And I think that's a part of that need for vinyl. I go to the vinyl stores and I comb through stuff and I'm like, yeah, let me buy this, let me buy that. Because I don't want to just stream Prince. I want to put him on there. And if he skips a little bit, that's okay.
Yeah.
I just want it in my house because
it's it's a multi-sensory experience because there's a tactile touch, visual touch, and you do other things while listening to vinyl. People tend to eat and drink and just have so much experiences with vinyl. Whereas, like, you can pop on your phone and turn on the Bluetooth, but it's not the same thing. It really isn't.
It's not.
When I was a kid, I know people I do love the crackling sound of the vinyl, but I used to also. I'm weird. I know, but as the needle was going up and down, it was just something about the needle going up and down as the record was rotating, and you saw the needle just slightly moving up and down. It was just like mesmerizing to me when I was a kid.
It's not weird.
It was a whole experience. It was
weird.
the crackling. It was the needle going up and down. It was the spinning of the record. It was my mother cleaning the house because she would clean the house, put on a good record, and then we had to all clean up. Like, okay, now take care of the bathroom, you take care of the living room, and you take care of the kitchen. And we had the vinyl record going, but I do remember
my father's first purchase, like you would say modern, other than we got it, we had, that I think we might have still had the wood burning stove, but anyway, that's a different subject, was a record player, a tan and brown record player, ones with the lid that came down. So
Yeah.
I grew up with the 45s and all of those.
And the 33s. Remember the 33s?
Just dancing in the living room with my family. That was his first person. We didn't have a TV yet, but we had that record player. And so that's what record players mean to me. It's like takes me back to childhood. So when I spin a record and I have the little, even if it's a 45, whatever I spin, is I'm sitting here listening because it brings me nostalgia, but it also brings me peace too.
I think it's mindfulness. And I appreciate all of the X and the millennials doing whatever they did for parenting. Personally, some of it is garbage parenting, but we put a lot of technology in front of our kids at a very young age. Nothing against the tablet. I think it's fine. Most of us grew up outside. We played outside all day. We drank water from a water hose, and we knew how to come home like goats in Jamaica. We knew how to come home. We didn't have to be told anything, right? But you now have a set of kids who have a lot of anxiety, who don't know, in my opinion, how to take chances because they have been put in this box that if they go this way, you get dinged for that point. If you go this way, there's a ding for that. And they are looking for a place for mindfulness and just genuine human connection. And yes, it is technology. It is, I mean, like, you know, be it CDs or an LP, they do have cassettes that are also back. They are looking for a different way of life that doesn't have all of this sensory overload. That's a bigger conversation that I don't think a lot of people have picked up on. I mean, they have, but we are seeing people, this next gen say, we don't want to do life the way that you guys have done life. And these old people, and I said old, these old white men who want to take over everything, they are trying to grasp a life that no longer exists and is literally living without them. Now, they can take over a lot of stuff, but if you don't have customers to see that stuff, I don't know how that works for you. I'm going to keep going back to that because you need people to see it. Yes, the legacy media may very well get rid of all the things that have color and melanin, but then that's where independent media comes in. Technology is democratized. You don't have to go on a Netflix or an ABC or whatever. You got YouTube and anything else. You got your own website. Do your own thing. And maybe you go back to the chicken circuit and have plays at the church or something like that. I don't know.
Not Chitlin Circuit, but
yes, particularly
Chitlin Circuit.
Yes,
that might be where we see those movies after these.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm
just trying to tell you.
Well, I mean, and that's why I'm saying that we're putting entirely too much importance on mainstream corporate media. We did it before because we didn't have any other choices, and if we wanted to be seen, we had to fight for a space. I'm not fighting these stupid people for a spot. First of all, I don't give a damn about you, and you probably don't give a damn about me. So great, the feelings are mutual. I have my own that I'm going to pursue and things that I want to do. And we all do our own stuff. So to hell with them. The days are different. We don't have to rely on you. And this is why I hate, and I've said this before, and I know people say this out of kindness and they think you're great. But when they say things like, oh, you should be on XYZ, at Netflix, and I'm not saying not to do that. Obviously, I think they can exist, both can exist in the same world, but that shouldn't be your only recourse. And then what you're saying is what I'm doing here on this particular platform is not valuable enough, and you don't value it. So you think I need to be someplace else. That's us doing that. If they don't have customers, they don't have a business model. How about that?
Right.
Good point.
I want to say something to Dr. Tachi. I say, Dr. Tachi, you are a living, breathing example of building your own table.
Me?
Yes. Oh. You built your table and you invited people in to sit there with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you are an example of what you're talking about. You're an example of what more and more people need to do. Is we can't keep relying on them, because once you step into their arena, once you go and I'm gonna go over here and then put my stuff over here, they have some part of control. You're giving up some part of you.
Yeah.
Where you are now, you control what happens there. It's your space. You created that. You know there are people, it's like having dinner. I know there's some people I don't want their feet under my table.
Amen.
And I'm not going to go sit at their table. And I think you are that example. You are that person who had the vision, because you think about when you started this, that you're a visionary. You had that vision to say, this is where I'm going. No matter what, I'm going to get there. How long it takes, that's fine. But I'm going to get there, and I'm going to take people along with me. And so I wanted to give you those flowers now.
I'll take them, and I'll put them in a vase with water. Thank you.
You are that. You are the model. You are the model. Can look at
but
you.
It just makes good sense, because the next iteration of doing things on your own in an entertainment silo is to band together with other people who are doing the same thing. Part of the reason we can't get very far is because we all have to be we have to be the one getting the credit for this. We all do it together. And honestly, I'm not interested in people who don't want to grow and do things together. So just like you said, everybody can't eat at the table. Everybody can't eat at the table because not everybody is interested in the forward movement of all.
Yeah.
Amen. Tristan, say amen.
Yeah,
amen. I love that statement.
And I don't just eat at anybody's table. So
all. Right. And stop thinking that it takes the white person being in what we have or validating what for it to be valid. And I think that's where we fall down. You have shows that start out with these amazing casts, but then they have to bring somebody in the white for people to validate it. You have people asking Ryan Coogler, if you make something and say, oh, you make it and have more white people. Why? You already had the vampire movies that you had. The Kiss of a Vampire. You had all those things, right? You had your own things. So you have, but with a different story, with a different idea about what it actually means. Understanding the meaning of that movie, but that's their way of trying to control and be a part of everything.
And that's the way fragility works.
Yeah.
They can't allow anybody else to have something because it means they have less of it, even if it's not for them, because they've been told everything is for you. If I ask for one crumb off of a piece of the cookie, you slap my hand back because you have to have it all. That's fragility.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, if there's any, I mean, wow. How could we sum this up as we close out? What if you were to give someone give like a thought in a sentence, what would that be? I'll start with Dr. Tachi, because Dr. Tachi is the one that is, I mean, that line, that was brilliant. But what could you, a young person is looking at us today, 15, 16 years old, and they are thinking about the future. What would you tell them?
The future is you. Start now. Don't wait for anybody to green light your project. You have the power to green light it on your own. Start where you are. You don't have to have the best of everything. You just have to have something. And then as you can, you get progressively better and you respect your audience enough to get better. But start now, start where you are, and don't wait for anybody to tell you yes. You tell yourself yes.
Nice. Chris?
I concur, and I just add on to that: blaze your own path. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. And just do you, because you know what? People will follow you. I mean, this platform, what we're doing here, is a perfect example of that. This is something that Ron started just to let people know that he was alive. Now everyone else is alive, and he brought everyone else along with him. Perfect example. Don't wait. Just do it.
Just do it.
Let me help you blaze your own path. There you go. It was perfect. I just happened to have it here for you. There we go.
And no, in today's world, it would be the light on the back of the phone, but you still have a lighter.
I travel with matches. I stay ready to burn some bridges. So yeah.
Remember when we used to go to concert and the lighters used to come out? Remember? I remember. What's your thoughts for someone that's getting ready to start?
Here are my two thoughts. Number one is define your own success. Define what success means to you, not what your mama, your daddy, somebody else said. Do that. And then recognize that you have a story to be told. You're here for a reason. Tell your story and tell your story your way. Plain and simple. Because everybody thinks they have to look a certain way and be a certain way. And I'm not popular enough. And that's all baloney and BS. It's a mind game to keep you small. So I'm telling you now, take that match, burn all that shit, and then tell your story. There you go.
I love it. I love it. Elise?
What I would say to the young people is get out of the box. Really. Get off the box, get out of the box. find out who you are. And what I'll say to, because, you know, as a parent of grownups, when they were young, it wasn't my box to build. It was theirs to decide what they wanted to be, who they wanted to be. And I think that parents have to help those young people grow, encourage them to find out who they are. And yes, every now and then there's a correct, but let them be free. And I think we just hold them hostage so long. And I think young people, speak up to the adults in your life. Let them know who you are, what you want, what your passions are. And I think that's what young people need to do, just free themselves, because get off the box, because the box is influencing how you find out how you really think. Get off the box, write your own story on some paper. Start using paper and writing it down, or typing it if you can, you know, because they have some writing issues. But get off the box and get out of the box. That's what I would tell you.
Right and right. Well, before we close, also I see all the quotes. We're gonna go right to our betters, and so just if you're in the building, make sure you put your information or kind of chat in our community. I've been sharing my journey traveling here around these 4 countries and 9 cities and towns into this community chat, and people are responding, which is great to see. Interaction. And so be a part of our YouTube community. Just join, just hit the tab community. And also, if you want to be on the email list, go to ronlewisphotos.com and join the email list. And if you're looking for a photographer in the months, you want to hire me between the months of June and November, I'm back in the States, and I'll be working when I get back there, because I will need work. And also, thanking our Patreon members who make this all happen. They provide the finances to make sure the bills are paid. And also, we have our wonderful join our YouTube channel. If you're here and you've never been here before, hit the subscribe. And if you are here, make sure you hit the like. It is so important that you hit the like so people know that we are here on this platform on YouTube. So make sure you do that. And on that note, I will also share that for those that are just finding out, well, I've just found out and you were able to see it, thanks to Gwendolyn. We do have a membership side of this platform now. So if you want to join the membership, and we'll be doing some special stuff with the membership here, but just click the tab that says membership, or I think it says subscribe or membership. Does it say membership or subscribe?
It says join.
Thank you. Join. So if you want to join, we already have 2 members, and so we just want to keep on growing in that area as well. And so join, and you just hit that, click on it, and see what you like about it, and just give us your feedback. My last thought for the day is that you guys, you know, I respect every person in this building. You bring so much to the table, and why this is such a great topic. And I love how we were able to transcend from technology to our basic lives, and just using everyday things like, you know, the vinyl records, going back and thinking. And I love when we are able to reminisce, and we all have those in this platform. We love to have those nostalgic moments, and that we get to talk about it. You know, like Jazzy Jazz was saying, she remembers laying on the floor and hearing the music going and the crackling of the record. I mean, I think those moments of memory.
You just got a bunch of new members.
Yeah.
Yes.
4 new members. Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, is there another member? Is there another member? Wait, who's the member?
Two new members.
Oh, members. Look at the members. Oh my gosh. We have members. Look at that. Kim says a new member. She's a member. Look at all the members. That's what I'm talking about. So now what's good about the membership, about having a membership here, is that we can do this live like we're doing it, but it's for the members, and we can just chat like we're talking, but we can say whatever we want because it's behind the membership. And so we can actually talk about whatever, and you can even say the words that you can't say on the regular. So, which is really good. So I'm just saying, if you have free reign.
Has that stopped you all before?
I mean, like, I'm sorry.
Never stop anyone else
I missed
there,
that
but
memo.
I mean, we are all a little sensitive to the, like, there's certain words we can't use.
Look, he can now Christian curse behind the paywall.
Oh my God.
If you have to watch yesterday's episode to understand that phrase.
Yes. You may not see me curse in real life, but you might see me curse in the membership.
That's
Sugar
worth the price of
honey
admission alone.
Right?
You may not see me cursing these open streets.
Oh Lord.
Oh goodness! But thank you so much. This was a good conversation, and I'm going to look more. Gwendolyn, thank you for bringing this topic up to us, because
yes, amazing.
When I looked it up, when you sent the article, then I had a chance to kind of look at more stuff, and then I started going into my obviously my Copilot, and start looking at other information that's out there, and but this was a good topic. And guys, if you have topics you want to talk about, please make sure you share it and let us know so we can do it and talk. Well, I mean, this panel of folks are very well versed. Take their time, they read. No one here is just sitting here like, oh, you know what? It's just pulling it out of our butts and just start talking. There are people here that literally read. You have people that are in these industries.
We lose Ron too?
Yeah, so everyone's here. So
everyone's here now.
Everyone's here. Chris is back. Okay, guys. Oh, thank you for all the new members.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh God.
What's that, Tashi?
I said, isn't that wonderful?
Yes. And Tashi, thank you for coming to us at the drop of the ask.
Drop of the what?
Ask.
Oh.
It's not like ass, right? It's like ask. There's the there. I'm doing phonetic spelling with the keys. So,
I try to get the K in there. I try to get that.
I can tutor you right now. Ask. There's the K there.
Ask. I said
asterisk. Not asterisk. It's like asterisk. Get all the letters. Get all your consonants.
Get them all in. Ask.
Yes, there we go. There we go.
New member.
Yeah. Who's a new member? Okay, let me.
Rashawn.
Wait, I think I could do this. Can I? How does this work? How can I get this on this? Okay, there we go. There we go. I can pop them on the screen just like that. Okay, there we go. So we got the Mimi in the building.
Thank you, the Plus MBA.
Look, there we go. We got to put the new members on the board. We can't just let them go. We got to celebrate the new members. Kimmy Kim became a YouTube member. Who else is in the building? Rashawn. Hey, Rashawn says became a new member. Okay, there we go. I just want to make sure we celebrate the new members. Okay, there we go. He said all the vowels too. We say the vowels in.
Yes.
Okay. I'm having too much fun with you guys. I gotta let you guys go though. Anyway, tomorrow's our Focus Friday, and we'll be talking about YouTube channels and Instagrams that encourage, inspire, and inform. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. Chris and I will be doing that tomorrow as we normally do. And we're going to do our homework, and we're going to have some good stuff there. And also, you as the community, if you have channels that have inspired you, encouraged you, make sure you come with them so we can all, we can share them and we can learn together. Okay, we're out of here. Goodbye, folks. Thank you. Thank you, new members. I'm calm.